Okay, today we're going to review. After Friday, I felt like we could use a good review, so that's what we're going to spend our time doing today. So as I share my screen with you, what just happened? There it went. We will see exactly what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to need to present our learning target today, and I was going ahead a little bit. Let's put our lids on our markers. Is as mathematicians, and let me get you guys up too, we're going to use objects, pictures, and numbers to explore the relationship between multiplication and division. If you are at home, you can get 12 small items like you did last time, or you can choose to draw. So I'm going to let you decide. If you learn better by doing, see if you can grab 12 pennies or 12 paper clips or 12 of something. And I'm going to give those to some students here while you gather that. If you choose not to get 12 of something, you're going to be expected to draw those 12 items. Are you able to check the chat, Mrs. Harrison? Yeah. So you guys are going to get your own manipulatives, and you'll don't open them yet. You don't need to. Yeah, we're missing a lot of people. Raise your hand if you did not get a bag of manipulatives for today. All right. Did you all get what you need? Maddie and Haley? Haley, I'm going to ask that you give me whole body listening. Okay. Good. Ready to rock? Ready to roll. All right, so hopefully at home you have 12 objects or you're ready to draw. Why are we doing this? This is so we can use this knowledge when solving real-world math problems involving multiplication and division. I taught multiplication at the beginning of the week, and by the end we were already talking about division. You'll be able to practice the fives count bys, match definitions with math vocabulary. We're going to do a fun game. Draw pictures to solve math word problems. Write multiplication and division equations to match your drawings. And then explain the relationship between multiplication and division. All right, so let's practice our count bys. Everybody, you can go. You can go, Cooper. That's what I was telling you. Go ahead and go. I was in the middle of recording. All right, put your fingers up. 1 times 5 equals 2 times 5, 3 times 5, 4 times 5, 5 times 5, 6 times 5, 7 times 5, 8 times 5, 9 times 5, 10 times 5. All right, I'm going to circle one on the multiplication board, and I want you to use your fingers to figure out the answer. If you are at home, I want you to write it in the chat box. Okay, the one that I want you to do is, let's do 7 times 5. Use your fingers, figure it out. And you guys write it on your board and hold it up, or write it in chat. 7 times 5. So I'm going into my 5s column. I'm going to look at 7 times 5. I can go there. I can go here. I can hold up my fingers. I can count by 5. Do we have anyone, Mrs. Harrison? Yep. Jensen, nicely done. I see you. Sunny, you've got it. Looking good. Ellie's got it. Charlie, looking good. Make sure you write it out like Gabe. Gabe, show yours. I love how we use the dot. 7 times 5 equals 35. All right, Sparkles, let's try another one. The next one I want you to do is 4 times 5. What is 4 times 5? Write it on your board, hold it up, or write it in the chat. 4 times 5. Write the whole equation. 4 4 times 5. I can go either way on my multiplication chart. I can go vertically or horizontally. Microphone answer, what is it? 20. You should have gotten 4 times 5 is 20. Yes, nicely done. Okay. We will be practicing those 5s for a while, but we should be getting them. All right, we are going to practice some of our vocabulary. You are going to need your dry erase board, your sock, and your marker for this part because we're going to play a little game called Kahoot. You are not going to log in at home. You're just going to watch it on my screen. So don't worry about that. And when you hear the question, you're going to write your answer on your board and hold it up for us to see, okay? So oops, that's not the one I want. Kahoot, this is the one I want. Math review. And don't get upset, it's supposed to be fun. If you don't get it the first time, it's called a review. It's just practice. We will play it again. What is it? Okay, don't do anything with this. Do you see someone to be admitted? 3 4. Okay, wait. 3 4 0 4 5 4 0. So you're not going to do that. That's for me. Oops, here it is. 4 0 4 5 4 0. There we go. Giving me a nickname. I'm Nimble Crane. That's fine. I'm in. So now I have to go back and press start. Okay. You ready? Get your pens ready. A mathematical operation that combines equal groups. Is that division, subtraction, collaboration, or multiplication?
I don't know.
Mathematical operation that combines equal groups. Write your answer on your board and hold it up. You can just put D for division if you're struggling getting it done. S for subtraction, C for collaboration, or M for multiplication. Use an abbreviation if you have to. I did give you 60 seconds to write the word though. So if you can write the word, go for it. You still have time. See if you can get more letters written.
Mom,
Nice, Ellie.
can you just read me a mathematical operation? Division, moderation, subtraction, multiplication. I have to write.
Hold up your board at home so we can see what your answer is.
You can just do the symbol.
All right, you should have said multiplication. A mathematical operation that combines equal groups is multiplication. If you got that right, give yourselves a pat on the back. Erase your board. Time for the next one. Okay, number 2, the math operation that separates an amount into smaller equal groups to find the number of groups or the number in each group. I'll read it again. The math operation that separates an amount. Oh, you know what? I thought it changed for the whole thing. It only changed for one problem. Okay. That stinks. I changed it for 60 seconds, but it only did it for one. You should have said division. Yay, give yourself a pat on the back or sparkles if you got it. If you separate into smaller equal groups, you are dividing. Yes, you can take away for subtraction, but this is about putting things into smaller groups, right? Dividing. Unfortunately, I made it for 60 seconds, but you have to do it for every question. Who knew? Okay, it's gonna go fast, you guys, so you probably have to do just the first letter of the word for the answer, because we're only gonna get 30 seconds. Can we do it? Yeah, we got this. All right. True or false? Multiplication and division are inverse or opposite operations. They undo each other. T for true, F for false. Multiplication and division are inverse operations or opposite. They undo each other. Hold it up at home. T or F. Is that true or do you think that's false? If you said true, you were right. They are related, but they are the opposite. Just like addition and subtraction are related, they're the opposite. It's called inverse. All right, another one. Numbers that are multiplied to give you a product are called A for addends, Q for quotients, S for sum, or F for factors. Numbers you're multiplying together are called factors. Add-ins are numbers you add together. Think of how it sounds. Add-ins, add, right? But factors are the two numbers you multiply to get the answer. Okay, next one. You ready? The commutative property states that the order of the factors does not change the product. True or false? The commutative property states that the order of the factors does not change the product. True or false? It's true. Think about it. 2 times, think about this. 2 times 5 is 10, right? Do you agree? 2 times 5 is 10, 5, 10. If you switch those factors around and say 5 times 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, it's also going to be 10. It doesn't matter the order of the factors, girls. Can I have whole body listening over there? It doesn't matter the order of the factors. The product stays the same. Just like 2 plus 3 is what? What's 2 plus 3? 5. What's 3 plus 2? 5. All right, let's try another one. The answer to a multiplication problem is called the product, the quotient, the sum, or the difference. You can just write P, Q, S, or D. Hold it up at home when you know it. You should have gotten product. Quotient. The quotient is the answer to a division problem. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. And difference is the answer to a, Haley, can I have your attention? Difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. Okay, we're almost there, guys. You're doing a great job. Number 7. The answer to a division problem is called the product, the quotient, the sum, or the difference. Write the first letter down of your answer. Flip it around. That's a 9. Get a, oh, it was supposed to be a Q. I thought it was. Never mind. If you got quotient, yay! You were right. Nicely done. Product is the answer to what? Show me. What is the product the answer to? What kind of problem? Show me on your fingers. A, multiplication. The sum is the answer to what? Show me on your fingers. What kind of equation? Addition. And show me on your fingers. Difference is the answer to a subtraction. Josh, you with me, Carter? Mr. Carter back there? Good job. All right, let's do another one. The number that is divided in division, the big number, is called dividend, divisor, quotient, or factor. So do the symbol for that one. If you want to say dividend, put a triangle. If you want to say divisor, put a rhombus. If you want to say quotient, put a circle. Factor, you could put a square. You should have had the triangle, the big number. Remember when we said dividend? Say it with me. Dividend. That's the big number in a division problem. Okay, we have two left. The number that you divide by in division is called the dividend. Can't be that. The divisor, the quotient, or the factor. Nice. Wow, we're getting it. Lots of light bulbs going off here. How you doing at home? Looking good, Haley? You should have said divisor. So thinking about it, you said the dividend's the big number that's divided up, right? You said the quotient's the answer to a division problem, and you said that the factors are the two numbers we multiply. So it had to be, let's say, we also said divisor has to be kind of pushy to get in there. So we said divisor. Let's say it. Divisor. All right. Last but not least, number 10. An arrangement of objects, pictures, or numbers in columns and rows is called an equal shares drawing, circles and dots, an array, or tally marks. And this vocabulary is posted in the room, just so you know, if you're not sure. Wow, looking good. How you doing at home? It's called an array. So that was exciting. We're really bubbly. And now we're ready to go back to whole body listening. You guys did great on that. Remember all the arrays I brought in, the twister board, the egg carton we looked at. We looked at, what else? The muffin tin. That's what the arrays are. They're an arrangement of objects, pictures, or numbers in columns and rows. Excellent job with your vocabulary review. If you liked Kahoot, give me like sparkles. Did you like doing Kahoot? That's a fun one. All right. So we're going to say goodbye to Kahoot. Yes, yes, yes. So we'll do more of those. But moving along, if you like Hershey bars, show me by, you can't show me with a smile. Put your hands on top of your head, though. You could do that. Oh, I'm craving one. Spread a little peanut butter on that bad boy. Oh, sorry, a marshmallow cream. That'd be good. All right, so we're going to use... I'm going to give you just a sec, do a quick whole body listening check. That means hands and feet are down and still, mouths are quiet. You guys are so good. You have a bag of brown paper pieces. Go ahead and get those out. If you are at home, you can get 12 items or you can get ready to draw. So I'm going to ask that voices are off. Haley, honey, look at me. I want you to sit right back here, right here, okay? I can't do it. Okay, so this is what I want to know. How many rectangular pieces do you see? Do you need more? And how do you know? So here's what you have to do. You can't just tell me the answer. You got to be able to tell me how you know and show me with the multiplication equation. Okay, use your, wow, I keep saying the number of objects, but to show me how you could figure that out with multiplication. Okay, so I see people, you're gonna make equal groups. How many pieces do you have? How many pieces are in that Hershey bar? And how do you know? Go for it. Figure it out, count them, group them, whatever you gotta do to show me how we could figure this out. Looking at how that bar is arranged. How many pieces are in that Hershey's chocolate bar? And how do you know? You have them in front of you. Count them. Put them out. Put them in groups. Make it look like that Hershey bar.
I'm trying.
How can I figure this out?
It'll be a lot easier.
Thank you. Oh, Marin got it figured out. Can you show me how you would do your I also want to see your actual. All right, Angelique, I see you're starting to get them screwed up. Now, see if you can get a multiplication equation. Thank you. If you end up with extras, you can just let me know. There's a lot of them got stuck together. Hey, do you have your pieces in groups? Match them up like the bar. So what is this? How many are there?
And can you remind my friends at home that we're trying to do multiplication rather than addition?
Yes. Hey, so write a multiplication equation to go with that. Thinking about equal groups, can you write at home a multiplication equation to show how many pieces are in that chocolate bar? And then hold it up on your board. Very nice.
I'm missing two. I have 9 pieces.
You're missing like 3. Oh, you have them right there. Look and count again. You're close. Your factors are right. Just look at your product. Looking good. Nice job.
That was easy.
Got it. All right. I'm going to pull out of the can and see what you guys are thinking. Eleanor, can you tell us what you got? Abby, can we have your attention? Okay, so if you're at home, listen to what she's saying. She says there's 3 rows. Here's 1. Here's the other row. And here's the 3rd row. So 3 rows. So there's 4 in each, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what was your multiplication equation?
3 times 4 equals 12.
So it's Eleanor's turn. So we'll give you a turn too. Go ahead.
3 times 4 equals 12.
So let's count them and see if she's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Did you admit then, or did I? I guess I did. So that is true. 3 groups of 4 is 12. If you used addition, you might have said 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12, which is the same as multiplication, repeated addition. 3 groups of 4, right? Give me a thumbs up if you did it that way. Did anyone do 3 times 4? Did anyone do it different? Cooper, you did it different. You used commutative property. So you want to explain that? Did you go like this? You want to tell us about it? Abby, can I have whole body listening? Please, thank you. 4 columns. And what else? So he's got times how many in each? 4 times 3. And did you get a different answer? A different product? You got 12. So you should have gotten 12 either way you did that. That's called the commutative property. Say that with me. Commutative property. It doesn't matter which direction you look at it, you're still going to get the same answer. Did you see, Clara? Oh, you got it? Okay. I wonder if it's because of the host co-host thing. Don't you think? All right, so we just figured that out. Now we know we have how many pieces? We have 12. So guess what? Since our learning target is talking about the relationship between multiplication and division, what do you think we're going to do with these pieces? I wish. Divide them. So now, if you were to share your 12 pieces amongst 3 people, including yourself, so that's you plus 2 more, how many pieces would each person get? That's what I want you to do first. Go ahead and do it with your pieces and then write a division problem to match it. So at home, you are going to draw a picture of how you would divide those 12 pieces amongst 3 people and then write a division equation to match it. Hold it up when you have it. So let's see, how are you going to divide it up between 3 people? Go for it. So how are you going to figure that out? Good job, Abby. You know what the division problem would be? What you need, honey? Okay, write the division equation. Nice thinking. Write a division equation to match that. So let me see a division problem. Let me see a division problem. So as I come around, it looks like we're not sure how we would write a division problem. I bet you know it and you don't even realize it. Let's go back to the problem. If you were to share 12 pieces, what's the big number? 12. And you divided it amongst how many people? 3. The question is, how many pieces would each person get? If you take your 12 pieces, you divide them by 3 people, how many are they going to get? Write it in the chat box. Write it in the chat box if you know the answer, or hold up your board. Haley's got it. Good job, Haley. Nice. Well, let's look. If we were going to divide 12 total, there's 12 here by 3 people. I could even look at my 3 groups again, right? Here's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 equal rows. I know I'm gonna be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4 for this person. 1, 2, 3, 4 for this person, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for this person. You should have gotten 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Good job. Now, same idea, but this time you're going to share your 12 pieces amongst 4 people, including yourself. How many pieces would each person get? Use your objects or draw a picture, and let's see a division equation. You're still starting with 12, but this time you've got to share with 4 people, not 3. So hold up your board when you have it. I want to see those division equations at home. You've got 12 pieces. You're sharing them amongst 4 people. How are you going to do that? And how many would they each get? Hold it up when you got it. Looking good. Yes, honey. Nope, honey, I'm not allowed to do that. Because of COVID. Okay, but this time you're dividing by 4, not 3. Good. No, you're doing great. Now let's just do it. Put the 12 in the beginning, put the division symbol, divide it by 4, and tell me how many are in each. You have to use, no, I don't know. Everybody go. Are you missing? I have 4 actually. Symbols, but those are hard. I know. Good. So this time, Gabe, we're going to do 12. All right, if you are at home, hold up your answer. I'm looking in the chat. 12 divided by how many people? Microphone answer. 3. No, we already did 3. Now what are we doing? It should be 4. So you have 12 pieces. You're dividing them amongst 4 people. How many are you going to get? Who do you say can tell us? Effie, you wanted to come up and show? All right, hold your board up. Do you have someone? I was going to say, Ben's looking great. Looking good, Ben. Astria's got it. Gavin. Thank you, Gavin. Haley, yay. Hey, Evie, what did you get? I got 3. Well, we'll go this way. Because that was the one you did last time, right? So it would be your column, right? This way. And you got how many in each column? You should have gotten 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Your answer should have been 3.
And this is Autumn. Will you circle your division symbol? I have a couple friends who are still using multiplication symbols, like Reese and Katie's got multiplication. Look at that as a division.
That is the division symbol. Check your division symbols. We're going to do a lot of it in a minute.
Yep, I just want to.
Okay. Well, I was afraid of that. I was afraid of that too. Okay, let me erase the board. You guys can erase your boards. What just happened? Okay, sorry kids. That's so weird. Okay. So now we're gonna practice a little bit more. You're gonna need your boards. Let me go to my review. It just went away when I was doing that. And if you are in person, can you show me whole body listening so we can get going, Finn? All right, nice job with chocolate. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. We are gonna move on to talking about fact families. Now, I'm gonna do a quick Smartboard lesson here in a minute, but I wanna remind you of something you learned in second grade. You learned that 2 plus 3 equals 5. And then you learned about commutative property. You might not have known what it was called, but then you learned that if you flip the 3 and the 2, those are called add-ins, right? You'd still get the same sum. You'd get 5. And the same here. 5 minus 3 equals 2. And then 5 minus 2 equals 3. These are not commutative property, but they are part of this fact family. They are related, addition and subtraction. So when we talked about inverse properties with multiplication and division, we have that with addition and subtraction. It's the same with multiplication and division. So I am going to have my kiddos here. We're going to practice this. How are multiplication and division related? And you're at home, you're going to write these on your board. So let me show you what I mean. And I'm going to ask for some volunteers here in the classroom. You guys are going to come up and become the equation. And at home, we're going to manipulate these numbers on the smartboard. For example, and this one I'm going to do, I know that if I take these 3 numbers and I use them in multiplication and division, they are related. So watch and learn, because you're going to have to do this in a minute. You can put your hands and feet down and still. You don't need your markers. You don't need your manipulatives. So I need everyone to do that. Finn, come on, guys. We're waiting on you. You're not going to know what to do. If I take 3 and I multiply it by 4, what am I going to get? 12, right? Can I also say 4 times 3 is going to equal 12? Again, that's called the commutative property. Say it with me, commutative property. Now, we've also talked the past week about how multiplication and division are related. So Cooper, look up here. I can take these same digits and say 12. And this is going to be tricky because I got to move the symbol in pieces. 12 divided by 3, and you can pick whichever one. What is 12 divided by 3 going to equal? 4, right? Because I know that 3 times 4 is 12. Therefore, 4 times 3 is 12. Therefore, 12 divided by 3 is 4, and therefore 12 divided by 4 is going to equal, microphone answer, what's it going to equal? 3. So we didn't get to do much of this last week, and I'm hoping this helps you see what the inverse operation, what that means, and that you can use multiplication to help you figure out what division quotients are, what the answers to your division problems are. Because if you know this, then you know this, because they're related. Multiplication and division are opposite. They undo each other. Okay? So here's what we're going to do.
You're gonna need your dry erase marker and your sock, and I'm gonna pick some volunteers to come up and hold these cards.
And then at home, you guys are gonna write all 4 equations. 2 multiplication and 2 division equations. Here we go. Your numbers are 2, 10, and 5. I want you to write 2 multiplication equations on your board and 2 division equations that go with those numbers in that family. Go for it.
Oh, sorry, my teacher needs today.
Okay?
If I can do it,
Would you come up, Haley?
and if I can
Abby?
he makes it like
August?
not work. That is not.
Finn, and Max. You're gonna stand in front of us and put yourself in order. And you guys that are in the audience are going to, oh, nice. You guys are going to don't touch it, write down the equation. So let's see if you can get it in order. If we were reading this equation from left to right, how would it read? Help each other. Now that's not an 11. You're the equal sign, Abby.
Abby, you're the equal.
Make it say equal. So
10,
help each other out. What are you gonna do? That's not gonna work. The brain's working. So let's start with multiplication, Finn. Can you do the multiplication symbol?
Times.
So 2, 10 times 5 equals.
Remember a time
You
symbol?
in the right order?
Somebody go over there.
Who should go over there, do you think?
5.
Look at you guys. On your board, what should you have written?
I think it's
What
more
should you
like
guys have written?
this. Look. No, that would look
2
the same time.
times 5 equals 10. Okay, now, because of commutative property, can keep that multiplication. We can do another multiplication equation. What should it be, Lucas? Okay, write this one down if you're in the audience, and you guys need to switch. Who needs to switch? The sum is always going to stay at the end. Okay, why don't you guys read what you have? You read yours. What does yours say? 5 times commutative property. Okay, now they have 2 division problems. So flip over to your division and see if you can figure out what order you should be in. Think about the dividend is the big number. It always goes first. Who has that big number? If you have the biggest number out of 2, 5, and 10, you should be at the front for division. So find a new spot, August, because with division, the dividend or the number being divided is your first number. So you're gonna have 10. Oopsie. Divided by, go ahead and read what you guys have. Read it, Haley. Read yours. And 10 divided by 5 equals 2. Now look, I have not changed the numbers. These are all related. We have one more equation to write down. Do you think they can figure it out? Go for it. Write it on your board at home. So Haley, you're still the dividend. Haley, you can't go anywhere. You're the big number. The big number cannot leave because it's the dividend. And the big number's always at the beginning of the equation. Division, 10 divided by, what did you guys say? 2 equals, and you should have said 5. Did we get it? Can I see See your boards at home? You should have 4 equations written. Yay! Looking good, Gavin, Leo, Reese, Haley, Jensen, Leo. Thank you guys. Henry, you got it? Did you see his yet? Okay. All right. So you guys can set those papers in my hand. Hand me those papers and have a seat. Quick, 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 Finn. Come on. Hand me that. Hand me that, Finn. Thank you. All right. I know. I could teach this all day because there's a lot. Let's try one more of those. Do you think I can do one more? Yeah. All right. Let's try one more because I think this might be helping you guys. 15, 3, and 5. 15, 3, and 5. See if you can write all 4 equations that are related with that one. I don't get you today, we'll do it again, okay? But this is a good review. Come on up to the front. See if you can get an order for the first multiplication equation. So they get it a little easier because they were second. Get in order. Your multiplication, go stand in the middle. Nope, just go ahead and stand in the middle, honey. Hold it up in the front. All right, so let's see what they got. You're right between them. Hold up the multiplication side so they can see it. All right, Cooper, read it first. Turn around so they can see it. Hold your number. What is it, Cooper? 3. Surname, what does your symbol say? Times. And who's next? 5. Henrik, what are you? Equals, and who's last? 15. Notice that the product is the largest of the 3 numbers. Hey, buddy, no, absolutely not. Write this equation down on your board. Thank you. All right, let's see if they can figure out commutative property. How are you going to do commutative property? Yes, no, she knows exactly what she's doing. All right, go ahead and read it, Elena. 5 times 3 equals 15. We're getting it. Yay. Look at you guys at home. Haley, you're rocking it. All right, now flip to division and see where you're going to go. I love that Marin knew that the 15 goes first. It's the dividend. Okay, go ahead and read what you guys have. Go for it, Marin. 15. Divided. Who's divided by? Go for it. Divided by, and Cooper, what do you got? 3 equals 5. Okay, you should have one more. One more division. What? I'll let Marin start us off. Go ahead, Marin. What is it? 15. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. Notice we kept using those same 3 numbers. They're related. This is called a fact family. They're inverse operations. Good job. Go ahead and hand me those. I hope that you got all 4 equations. Can I have that, please? Thank you. Thank you. Hand it to me, please. Thank you. All right. Okay, guys, you did awesome on that. I'm wanting to see, how do you feel about the relationship between multiplication and division now? With the thermometer, how are you feeling? Do you feel a little better than you did on Friday? I see Reese's thumb is up. Good job, girls. Haley's got her thumb up. Looking around the room, I think that helped a little, maybe not quite so much. I still have some middles, and that's okay. Don't panic. If your thumb is in the middle, we are gonna get there. So I think that was it for today. Okay, I was gonna do that, but I think because of time, I will stop the video. And if you at home can finish 1.4 and Think Central, that would be great. So I will see you guys tomorrow at in the morning at 10 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day and go into Think Central and work on lesson 1.4 or any lessons you haven't finished. Okay, have a great rest of your day.